Hello everyone, my name is Autumn's Prime, and today we're going to be taking a look at Studio Series Transformers the movie Scrapper, and he is one of the 6 Constructicons. And I know I'm a little bit late on all these Constructicons, but we don't talk about that. First, we're going to take a look at his accessory here, and it is a kind of a interesting looking rifle here. Quite interesting, actually. Now we're going to move Scrapper, and we're going to take a look at the box here. So as I can get the glare out of the way, you can see Scrapper right there. There's his alt mode. We've got Studio Series, and then Transformers the movie, Constructicon Scrapper, a little Hasbro thing. He is a Voyager class, classy Voyager, Voyager classy, classy Verheur. I don't know if I'm pronouncing these right. And then a classy Voyager. And then again we have just Transformers, a little bit of Scrapper right there. On the back we have your obligatory product shots. So there you have Scrapper, alt mode, Scrapper again with the dual weapons for Devastator, even though I'm not going to show those off because that's for Devastator. That's not this video. But yeah, there you have a Devastator up there with Snarl. I don't remember, but there's the box. Now, back to Scrapper. We're going to get a good old look at his noggin here if the camera will focus. But yeah, he looks pretty good. He's got a nice Decepticon insignia on there, and I'm pretty sure this character is prone to paint chipping because there is some paint chipping on the chest. And unfortunately, this is one of the problems with my figure. He's got loose hips, especially this one. Oh, there he goes. Yep. Not the best thing to have on a figure, but he does hold some poses like this. He can do the I think it's called the Kato Sky Kick. I don't know how to pronounce it, I'm sorry. But yeah, he can pull off that. Now, back to Scrapper here, we're going to take a look at his articulation. So he has a ball joint at the head, so it can do a little bit of wiggly waggly. He can look all the way around. It can look up that far, and he can look a little bit. His arms, they can do a full 360 if you move him past the bucket. His arms go all the way out that far. He does have a butterfly joint, even though it kind of like compresses for the transformation. He does have 90 degrees at the elbow, and his hands can hinge in. He also has a bicep swivel. No waist swivel, but he does have a ratchet for the ankle for Devastator. Legs can kick up about that far. Legs can only go back about that far. Does have a thigh swivel. Does have a exactly 90 degrees at the bend at the knee, and he has ankle tilt, and they can rock forward, but they cannot rock back. So that is his articulation. It's not actually terrible because you can get him into some poses. Here's him punching. What's his name? Slingshot. Yeah, he is punching Slingshot. So here's this photo. Now we're going to be going into some size comparisons. So let's go ahead and get into that. So for size comparison, here is Bone Crusher. Here we have the Beast himself. Here we have Long Haul. And finally, here we have Hook. Now, we're going to get down to transformation. So you want to combine the legs down the middle using that tab on the calves. Now you're going to unlock the feet, and you're going to get that tab onto that little peg there and just snap it in. Now you want to do the same for the other foot, and these will automatically just untab here. So you want to grab the bucket, you want to flip all that out. Next, you want to grab the chest and you want to tab it, and you just want to move the head inwards and just tab back in. Now, you want to take the hands and you want to fold these in and then bend the elbows backwards about 90 degrees. Same thing for the other arm, like so. Then next you want to take that tab on the side of the chest and you want to get into that slot. So, like so. And you also want to tab in the backpack via tabs here and here. Same thing for the other side. And you do want to tab these small pegs in that small hole. These are kind of small, so they could be fragile, or they are fragile, so I would be careful with those. Next, you want to swing the bucket all the way around, move these over, and then finally you want to make sure this is actually straightened out and actually pegs into those purple pegs, like so. They do easily just collapse over, so you can just do it like that. Next, you want to get that port there into that slat, that tab right there, and it will click in on both sides. And finally, you want to get this tab locked in right there. And there you have Scrapper in his all mode. It's a little construction thing there. I forget what they're called. I'm sorry. But here we have vehicle mode size comparisons. So up first, here we have Bone Crusher. Here he is with Long Haul. Here he is with Hook. Now we're going to take a look at the alt mode itself before we get on to his combined mode. But yeah, it is actually pretty clean to me, because I know not a whole lot of people like this figure because, oh, it represents part of the Combiner Wars. Oh, his arms are too long. Blah blah blah. I like the figure. Leave it alone. It's just a toy, guys. Come on. They're plastic figures. Why are we complaining this much over them? Why? But he does have some nice detail on the wheels, and they are pinned so he can roll. Sort of, even though the tires don't really touch the ground. But they do spin freely sometimes if they don't get stuck. It's more so on the front tires than the back tires. Never mind, I'm proven wrong once again. But the vehicle mode does have some articulation. You can like move the bucket, but it does like untab that little thing there, so you just gotta re-tab back in when you're moving the bucket. It gets a little bit annoying, but it can move all the way up, even though that's not supposed to happen, but it does it anyways. You can move the bucket, but that's more so for the transmission as well, for both modes. But speaking of which, let's get him into his combined mode. So for what I like to do is I like to keep this tab tabbed in, but for now we're just going to flip it up and we're just going to rock it all the way forward until it snaps into place. Next, you're going to take the arms, untab them, and then rotate them all the way down and use those same tabs and lock it right back in, and keep the arms all the way around. Same for the other side, and keep them like this. You can unfold the hands to give Devastator more heel support, so I'm going to do that here for y'all. And you want to untab the legs here, or the feet, sorry. You're going to untab that, and you're going to rotate the bucket upwards. You're going to tab it right back in, like so. And make sure that these two notches right here, they tab in. Same thing for how it does in the alt mode. But it's also, if you want to keep this secured, I do suggest using this tab to make sure that it stays, so you don't want this wobbling about. So there's foot mode. It's a very strong foot mode. Oh, and also, I'm gonna raise the camera for this. Oh, I hit the table. Ow. Oh no. Stay up. There we go. I will show the ratchet. It is a strong ratchet. One more click. Come on. No, okay, I think that's the limit. I don't want to break the toy. But yeah, this is the reason why he's $30. I don't know why people keep on asking, oh, why is he $30 and the rest are like $25? Ratchets. Duh. And then the 2-pack, it comes with all this junk for like the fake waist. And people are like, oh, it's a fake waist. Blah, blah, blah. Where? Shush. quiet. But yeah, foot mode. Pretty cool. And how he attaches is you want to split the legs apart. And you want to slide this. I'm actually going to feature this real quick. So say that you're tapping it into a leg. You want to take it like this and you want to slide it onto the inside there. Like so. And then just tap it in on the other side. And there you have one foot of Devastator. I know I'm not going to transform all this stuff up here. I kind of already did that in the live stream that I did. Also, here's a picture of that. And yeah, so yeah, it looks pretty good. I'm not transforming all this. Like I said, I already did it in a stream. And I need to get to the other two Constructicons so I can make a whole video on that. And yeah. So that has been my review on Studio Series 86 movie Scrapper. Let me know down in the description of what Constructicon y'all want to see me review next. I will post my TikTok and Discord in the description. If you want to pick up a Scrapper yourself, I got mine from Walmart, but you can also pick them up from Big Bad Toy Store, link in the description. And with that being said, I will see you all in my next review. Peace out, subscribe, and I'll be seeing you in my next review. Peace out.